what's going on? Man, this is more Hegelian dialectic, problem, reaction, solution situation with this new internet censorship for the children, man, and this is just crap, because YouTube is not a children's platform. It's like basically an adult platform, and so it's a moot, irrelevant point, okay? It's kind of like, look, dude, they don't really care about children, about keeping children safe. They're exposing them to drag queens who are flashing them their wieners, man, grown-up wieners, to children. Back in the day, man, that was like a no-no. That was like taboo. That was like gross and immoral, and it's just really wretched and ratchet, and all these negative adjectives there. It's kind of like the lowest kind of despicable person uses children as a weapon. I mean, this comes in relationships when people get divorced and they turn the children against each other, parental isolation syndrome. But in another thing, it's like in the past when I grew up, adults ran the show. Not the children didn't get to micromanage the adults. Like, and in this day and time, it's really like children are our oppressors. It's like, dude, look, if you don't, it's kind of like, dude, as adults, if you don't like something, you just don't pay attention to it. It's like, hey, man, it's like, hey, I don't want to associate with this doesn't agree with me. I don't vibe with this. I don't click with that. Well, hey, different strokes for different folks, right? You know what I'm saying? To each his own. I mean, in a way, I can agree with that, where it's like, look, as long as a person isn't intending any harm against another. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, dude. Look, this is the grown-up world, man, where things aren't perfect, and we're all kind of trying to figure it out. And this is like one of our only outlets left where you get some genuine stuff, some legitimate, sincere stuff. I mean, there's a lot of con men on the internet, but this is the freaking internet, man. You got to use your discretion, dude. You got to use common sense. It's kind of like, do you just take any stranger's word, and if he says, hey, it's okay to jump off a bridge, does that mean you jump off the bridge? No. And it's like, you know, look, when you see people who are that messed up, where it's just like, man, if you ain't got something good to say, I don't feel like conversating with you. And it's kind of like the same thing here. If there's nothing good to glean, I mean, at any rate, if someone's lashing out and throwing a tantrum on video, it's entertaining for people. It's like Jerry Springer, man. They love that stuff, dude. And it's not really that evil or bad or anything. It's just freaking, this is just people, man. And no one's got it all figured out. So when you see people struggling, hey, man, that's par for the course, man, basically. So it's like, by keeping people in a fake bubble, this kind of like babysitter mentality, where like we don't need a babysitter, basically. Like, look, I go through days and days and days and days and days, and look, you know, hey, I don't do everything by the rules, by the book, but look, I don't get in trouble. No one's getting hurt. You know, it's just, this is life, man. You got to get it done. If you want to make an omelet, you got to break some eggs, man. Sometimes you get butterfingers, dude, and you drop one, or you spill a little milk, man. But look, you keep it moving, man. You regroup, keep it moving. And, you know, you got to allow people to be wrong sometimes, because look, that's a learning experience for somebody when they see the error in their ways, and the freaking eureka moment goes up and the light bulb comes on and they change their ways. That it's like, or they change their opinion, where they're formerly out of ignorance, they made a bad decision, and look, and there's opportunity to show your growth. You know what I mean? It's just, it's like, dude, there's just this micromanager spirit, man, and it's false. It's false pretenses. It's out of context. It's like, if someone is deciding on doing wrong, there's no way to pre-crime them and catch them before that. And here's the thing. Sometimes people say dumb stuff out of anger, and they don't really mean it. They had no intention of following through with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, people gotta eat a chill pill and chillax, man, and stop freaking out. Stop being a hypochondriac. Stop being a fear porn addict. Stop being a catastrophist where you just catastrophize everything and make what is it called, fatalistic. Because fear, look, fear, which you're generating by all these boogeyman arguments and these straw man arguments that people are making about things to do for your safety, you're causing so much turmoil and anxiety from your micromanagement to people that really didn't do anything. It's like, look, all of us regular folk in the public, look, if people are committing crimes out there and doing crazy stuff, why are you punishing me for some crazy person's crime? And they're crazy, man. Look, it's kind of like, it's unfortunate, but what can you do about that? There's not much you can do, man, freaking about it. You just got to let things take their course and respond accordingly. But to come and harass me because what some guy did somewhere else, and who knows why, who even knows? I wasn't there. I didn't see it. And it's kind of like in a court of law, the eyewitnesses are kind of like the important ones. And everyone else is kind of, hey, man, we're at the mercy of what's revealed. And a lot of times, come to find out, people have motives for being deceptive, man, and lying and blaming other people or saying it was this reason, but it was just a clever excuse the person made up. And this is going on all the time, especially with the fake news. And it's like, dude, they've done this forever. Like, they want the military to be behind watching, making sure people ain't doing public propaganda, but the military has been the ones doing public propaganda since World War I. I mean, war is based on deception. That's in the art of war. So if we knew what was really going on, a lot of the times, public would not support a lot of these things. And if you go do your research, there's plenty of shallow mass graves throughout history to show you that, like, who the real people with motive, and not only motive, but the ability to really kill some freaking people, to go genocide. Look up the word democide. If you wanna, not even genocide, democide, okay? Look, we are at a bigger danger in this climate of democide than we are of some one psycho guy getting a hold of a clip or two and then bucking off a whole clip or two, causing a bunch of havoc. But ultimately, this guy's going to get assassinated in this climate. And it's like, look, and most people are selfish, dude. They're not suicidal. That's what don't make sense. How many suicide killers there have been? If you know criminals and people and what they will do to snitch on each other and just not and to avoid justice and death, and how cowardly they are, this just isn't making sense. Like, where is this coming from? Like, and it's just a lot of hype, and it's to generate fear, because when you're full of fear, you're overcome by your emotions and you're easily manipulated. That's what's going on. It's manipulation. This is a manipulation, and it's like, you're not worried about these kids getting a hold of the pornography and like really messing their head up and keeping them like their wheels spinning and going nowhere. And, and that's your pretext and later to have some kind of special pornography unit to observe the observers. But you're just another pervert voyeur yourself now. Look, it's kind of like, look, you leave the problem there on purpose so you can have a loophole to come in and micromanage. So it's kind of like, it's bait and honeypot and false flagging. Like, look, patsying someone. And in a way where a lot of us can be used as the audience, as useful idiots. This is a total narcissistic abuse technique, is where you use the audience against a person. It's like, because all these kids are dying in Africa and India because I don't pay carbon taxes. That is bullcrap. That is such a car salesman. That is just look. It's crazy.